Hey everyone, so if you've been thinking about switching broadband providers but keep putting it off because none of them seem like much of an upgrade, I get it. The speeds always sound fast, the prices look fine on paper, but somehow it still ends up feeling slower or more expensive than you expected. Now, YouFibre and Virgin Media are two names that come up a lot in this, and they're both trying to fix that problem, but they're coming at it from totally different angles. Virgin is built around bundles, TV, mobile, the whole package. YouFibre is going for just the classic fast and stable internet. So in this video, I'll walk you through exactly how they compare, what's different here, what actually matters when you're looking at ISPs, and which one's more likely to fit the way you use the internet at home. Now, the first thing I noticed when switching to YouFibre wasn't just the speed, it was how steady everything felt. Like I'd be on a video call, backing up files, streaming something in the background, and none of it would buckle. No buffering at all, it just held up. With Virgin, even though the download speeds were fast most of the time, the uploads were a constant issue. Anything involved sending data, uploading videos, syncing to the cloud, even screen sharing on Zoom, always felt like it hit a wall. And during busy hours, stuff would slow down for no clear reason. It just came out of nowhere, and you would feel it. Another thing I didn't expect to care about was latency. On YouFibre, things like Google Drive or Dropbox just feel immediate. Pages load faster, calls connect faster. It's not like a number you can see, it's just less waiting. Now, Virgin is starting to roll out full-fibre in some areas, but it's in its early days. Most places are still on the old setup, and even where fiber is available, it's usually just for new customers. So unless you just moved or signed up recently, chances are you're still on the version that uses coax for the last stretch. That's part of why uploads and latency feel so different. YouFibre's fiber goes straight into the house. There's no weak link at the end where lag and bottlenecks can creep in. So even though both advertise high speeds, the experience day to day is really different. YouFibre just feels more stable, especially when you're actually trying to, do things, not just run a speed test. All right, now the setup with both, very painless. With YouFibre, an engineer came out, ran the cable in, set up the router, quick, maybe an hour. I didn't have to do anything after that. Virgin was similar. Equipment arrived, I plugged it in, connected the basics. It all came online without much effort, but the difference showed up once everything was running. YouFibre's router had solid coverage right out the box. Even the weaker spots in my flat, like back corners, behind a wall, still held a strong signal. Didn't need any extra hardware. With Virgin, it worked fine in the main room, but dropped off really quickly once I walked away from the router. Upstairs, rough. Even a few steps down the hall slowed down. I had to set up a mesh system just to get stable Wi-Fi in every room. Also, YouFibre includes a newer router, and it really does make a difference. I didn't play with the settings or anything, it just felt faster switching between apps or starting downloads. My devices connected quicker, and everything stayed responsive even when a bunch of people and devices were online. Virgin's router felt a bit behind by comparison. If you're not on one of their top-end plans or in one of those few fiber areas, you're more likely to get the standard model. Now, it works for sure, but under load, it starts to feel stretched. And just a heads up, if you're already leaning toward YouFibre, there's an affiliate link in the description and down in the comments section, and we usually have deals there that you won't find if you just go straight to their website, so feel free to check that one out. Now, one of the biggest differences shows up when you look at the bill a few months in. With YouFibre, the price you see is the price you keep for the full length of the contract. There are no mid-contract increases, no little adjustments buried in the fine print, and that's true even on the cheaper plans. Virgin is a little bit trickier. The base plan can look really solid, especially when it's part of a bundle, but most of their contracts include built-in price hikes, either a percentage increase every year or a flat monthly bump. And because it's part of the contract you signed, there's really no way out of it. Even if your bill jumps midway through, you're still locked in for that full 2 years. And YouFibre is also just a bit easier to commit to. Their standard contract is 18 months, not 24. And if you're stuck in a contract with another provider, they'll actually help buy you out up to £300. Now, it's not automatic. You have to submit your final bill, stick with them for the full term, but it's a way to switch over without having to wait forever. So between the shorter contract, the fixed pricing, and the buyout option, it's all just a little easier with YouFibre. Virgin's angle is more about getting you a solid deal in a bundle, but then slowly creeping the price up once you're in. But if you're mostly watching Netflix, browsing, playing a game every once in a while, Virgin will probably feel fine. It's familiar, it's fast enough for most things, and if you're already in one of their bundles, it might seem easier, just leave it alone. But YouFibre is different in ways that really start to matter the more you rely on your connection. If you're working from home, uploading content, or just want something that feels fast and stable all the time, it holds up. It's not built around extras, it's built around the connection actually being good. So if internet's just one of the things you pay for, Virgin's alright. But if it's something you use every day, all the time, YouFibre is the one that feels like it was built for that. So hopefully you found this comparison helpful. If you did, a thumbs up is always appreciated. It really helps out the channel. And if you're thinking about switching and want to see what YouFibre is offering right now, I've left a link down below with their current deals. And like I mentioned earlier, we usually have special offers on our affiliate links that you just won't see if you go to the company's main websites. So feel free to take a look, see what fits. And if there's something I didn't cover, or you've had your own experience with either of these providers, feel free to drop that down in the comments. I always like hearing how it's been for other people. Otherwise, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.